Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Eclectica. Everything sci-fi, animation, gaming, and cosplay. I'm your host, Michael, aka Seven. Today we have Dean. Dean, how you doing, sir?
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good. We have Black Crystal.
What up? Hey guys.
And we have a guest with us, Darryle Brown. How you doing, sir?
It's my pleasure to be here.
Awesome. And our live studio audience out in Long Island, New York.
Yeah, they're all getting ready. Big day today. Walking Dead returns.
Oh my goodness. Are,
And,
are you guys excited?
I have cable.
What?
I'm so excited.
How did you pull that
leave,
off?
leave it for The Walking Dead to return on the same day the Grammys are on.
God damn.
Oh, wow. I totally forgot about that.
Somebody botched up the scheduling.
Well,
Don't beat me up, but I have never watched the show. I've heard great things about it, but my schedule and being so busy on social media, I just hadn't gotten around to seeing it. However, I look forward to perhaps binging because each time I'm recommended a particular show,
wait a minute. You've
it's,
never
it's
seen the Grammys? No, I'm just messing with you.
I was going to say
Because that
that.
makes more sense.
Wow. I mean, I was about to say.
Grammys.
that makes
Never
more
heard of them.
sense.
Like, even I've seen the Grammys.
But The Walking Dead, I've heard great things about it, and
Uh-huh.
maybe perhaps how many seasons is it in right now?
Oh, I think it's its fifth.
Wow.
It's its fifth.
I just
It's a
I just saw
commitment.
the Entertainment Weekly cover with the fellow with the greasy hair, and he has a shirt that says "Bite Me."
That's Daryl Dixon.
Wow.
I thought that was
Yes.
quite interesting.
You might remember when he was one of his first roles was in Blade.
Oh yes,
Was it
that's
Blade?
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Blade. And of course, if it wasn't for Blade, we wouldn't have these Marvel movies today because Blade was the one that started it all.
Indeed.
And
I enjoyed the first Blade. It was kick butt from beginning to end. That's how they should be done. I wasn't sure exactly how that movie was going to go over, but once I saw it, he came in kicking butt and he left kicking butt. That's what we like to see. That's Marvel has a good handle on movie making, and they're light years, and this is just my opinion, and others may choose to agree or disagree, but they are light years ahead of DC in the area of movie making. In fact, they tend to use more of the source material, and also they throw a few Easter eggs in there, or a few other types of hints of things that we fans are familiar with. DC, the WB needs to get a hold of that concept because the formula works. But they have decided to use directors and producers who are not particularly familiar with the characters they're directing and producing. That's what I have a problem with a lot of their movies right now. And there are some movie fans who get angry over any criticism over DC movies because they're such a hardcore fan, and that's fine. I encourage them all continue to watch the movies you enjoy, but it doesn't mean that everyone is going to fall in line and agree with everything that you like. And to me, I figure it's like this: if a person does not agree with my views, I'm not going to lose sleep over it or force someone to agree with the things that I say. You can either take it or leave it. It's not personal to me, but we know, being on social media and a lot of the sites pertaining to comic books and geekology per se, there are a lot of people who take this stuff maybe a little too seriously than they should.
yeah, well said, well said. I agree.
Right.
I mean, we have a First Amendment right to voice our opinions. I don't know why they come down our throats if we say anything otherwise, or inform them on certain things. The same can be said into the comics, right? I mean, we're both on the Say No to DC reboot page, and I'll be
Absolutely.
playing
Right.
devil's advocate here and there, just on some of these questions. So just for those who are tuning in, they don't know what that page is about. Why don't you tell them what it's about? You touched on it with the movies.
Yes, sir. The Say No to DC reboot is not only a type of protest of DC's current product line, and we have a variety of different reasons why we have issues with the current DC line called the New 52. The New 52, for those of you tuning in, is a complete restructure or overhaul of the comic book line and all of its DC characters and properties for which we have been familiar with for the past 75 years. What has occurred with the New 52 that started in 2011 is that they have decided to completely wipe out the histories we've all known and loved and replaced it with their own take or a quote, quote, reimagining of the historical characters we've known and loved. One big example I thought was rather strange in this reboot structure is that they took upon themselves to completely eliminate Lois Lane's relationship and marriage to Superman and exchanged that relationship with Wonder Woman. Now, most of us have grown up, and I've collected comic books since 1978. And there's never been a time I know of that when it comes to Clark Kent and Lois Lane or Superman and Lois Lane, there's never been a time where that relationship has ever been interrupted until the New 52. There are a variety of different issues with those reimaginings that I find problematic. And that is that my conclusion is that DC under the current administration does not respect their brand, and also they've completely alienated their old school or their longtime comic book collectors in exchange to seek to recruit new readers. I get the concept on marketing toward new readers. I totally get that. It's the approach and the execution that I have a lot of issues with, because they consider a lot of us older collectors as people who are just complaining or chronic whiners. This group exists for the purpose of getting our voice out there and letting them know that we are still a voice. We pay money for comic books. There, before the New 52, it was not uncommon for me to spend as much as $30 to $40 on DC and Marvel comics. Do you know how many comic books I buy now since the New 52? I buy absolutely zero.
Me too.
And so if there's anything that's good that's came out of the New 52, they saved me money. But that's about it. That is about it. And so we exist not only to protest the New 52, but also to celebrate the historical continuity of the comics we've known and loved and the characters we've known and loved. And the problem with the New 52 also that they've changed a lot of the characters. I don't consider the New 52 characters a part of the true DC characters. I consider them a separate universe where these characters exist and they are not the people we've known and loved. I consider them in a separate universe, and I'm just waiting for this current administration to get rid of this New 52 nonsense and this whatever they're doing right now, and bring back our real DC characters. And our group is one of the fastest growing groups of its kind on social media right now. Our voice will be heard. We talk about all things comics, movies, and anything related to it, and we absolutely love it. We're not a hate group. We love our DC characters. And that is the major message that we get across about Say No to the DC reboot, is that we love our DC characters so much that we refuse to be silent about our concerns of what DC has done to these characters, because they've decided they want to do their own thing, and screw you, old school collectors, is the message they send to us.
Yeah, when they first came out,